Hello, everyone. It's another inspiring story. We're always thankful you join us. And this particular story has so much fun involved in it. It's called the F3 Curiosity. And Cliff, I know you're going to just deliver always.
Thanks, April. I want to bring you back to when I was working for a company and had a brand new manager. And during my review with that manager, he's a very dynamic man. And he said, for one of your objectives this year, I would like you to do some personal development. And no manager had ever told me that before. But he and especially in this particular way, he said, I don't care what you do. You can go find whatever you like, as long as one caveat. And that caveat is you have to be able to bring something of value back to the company. You have to learn something and then bring it back to the company. So I was thinking about all these different things. And at that time, there was a brand new business magazine that had just come out. And I was one of the first people to receive the subscription to it. It was, at that time, a magazine called Fast Company. And I'm sure it's still around today, Fast Company, but it's a little bit different than it was when it started. It really was cutting edge on all businesses across the U.S. They do specific articles and interview people that were really doing cutting things in the business world. And a lot of it was high tech at the time, and I certainly wasn't in the high tech industry, but it just fascinated me, and I loved the magazine. And as I was thumbing through an issue, I saw an advertisement that they were going to run their first group Fast Company seminar for forward-thinking people. And I immediately contacted my boss. I said, I'd like to go to this. And he said, absolutely, you can go. And it was in Monterey, California. So I picked it up and I flew out to Monterey to go to the conference. It's a beautiful hotel right by the harbor there in Monterey, California. And I walk into the hotel, and as you do on all seminars, there's a registration desk, and they gave us all this, the registration material and some outline of what the 3 days that we were going to be doing during those 3 days, the speakers. And they had a list of incredible speakers from different companies coming in. So I was all excited and pumped up. And I took the material out. It was a beautiful day, and I walked out of the hotel, and there was a park bench there, street bench and I sat down on the bench, and I started to read the materials. And as I was reading it, a gentleman noticed that I was reading the materials, and he walked up to me, and he said, are you going to the Fast Company conference? And I said, yeah, absolutely. Here's the materials. He said, oh, I am too. And he struck up a conversation with me. And I could tell almost immediately that we were of the same mindset about Fast Company and the innovative ideas that they were bringing to business in the business world. And he turned to me and he said, hey, I've rented a car, and it's a convertible. It was a little Spider convertible, if you've ever seen those. And he said, would you like to take the 21-mile drive on Route 1 and with me? I'm going to go take it. Would you like to come with me? And I said, absolutely. Are you kidding me? This is probably one of the most beautiful places in the world. And we did. We took that ride, and I got to know this gentleman really well and became fast friends. And of course, we spent the night. He said, would you like to go out to dinner with me? And we did. And I can remember we picked a restaurant around the hotel, and it was just me and him. And we walked into this restaurant, and there was a group of people at a table, probably about 10 or 12 of them, and they were having a good time. And you could tell that they were also at the conference. They were going to be at the conference, and we struck up a conversation with them. And that group of 12 later in that night became a group of 20, and then it became a group of 30 over the course of the conference. And we just had a wonderful time together, just getting this most incredible information and new thoughts about how business is going to be run in the future. Well, when the conference was over, we decided that we didn't want that group to end. So we ended up forming a group, and the name of that group we called F3. Mm-hmm. And that stood for Fast Friends Forever. And we went to yearly conferences. We had our own F3 conferences in the years, and we would do the same thing. We would go to these conferences, and they were just like any other business conference, but they were all on forward thinking. And anybody could bring in business issues or situations with their companies or or just things that they wanted to talk about generally in the world that they wanted to change, and bring it in front of this mastermind group. And there was about 30 of us, all different nationalities, all different thought processes and different career types. It was just invigorating. It was an awesome group to go to. We even had things like this made for us. We had conference things, and this is one of the that I got from the group. And inside this box was made for us are cubes, and they all have different sayings on each side of the cube. I don't know if you can see that, but that one says inspiring. So you could arrange the cubes in order of different thoughts and processes or statements to inspire you. And these were the kinds of things that came out of it. So I stayed in that group for a period of years, and eventually I stopped going because of work and family obligations. But the group I know continued on for many years. And I can think of all the great things, how it changed my life and opened me up to a broader spectrum of thinking. Here I was a toilet salesman, yet they valued me for their opinions, as some of them sold their high-tech companies for hundreds of millions of dollars. It was the most exciting thing one of the most exciting things I think I've ever been involved with as far as a business. And it helped me help my company to open their eyes to the new ways of doing things.
And what a wonderful gift that your first boss gave you to seek it out. And then what a wonderful commitment you made to continue it and move it forward. And we hope that all listening take that nudge and open up and see how we or others may be a tool for them to look for that curiosity and connect with people that build that curiosity. Wonderful story as always, Cliff. Thank you all for joining us. We will see you again next story.
Thanks, April.